The film begins with a grim revelation. All plant life on Earth has been wiped out, leading to the depletion of natural oxygen. Humanity is on the brink of extinction, gasping for breath as the last remnants of oxygen dwindle. In this dire scenario, only one Australian city manages to survive by relying on artificial oxygen. However, this lifeline comes at a cost. People are contracting a deadly disease as a result of using it. We are introduced to the protagonist, Ethan, whose wife is also suffering from this illness. Desperate to save her, Ethan tries to provide her with the highest quality oxygen, but it comes with a hefty price tag. A corporation that controls the production of artificial oxygen holds the fate of the survivors in its hands. Ethan is summoned by Regina, the CEO of this corporation and a leading researcher. She warns him that the disease is spreading rapidly, and if it continues unchecked, humanity will be wiped out. In a shocking twist, Regina tells Ethan that he is the only one who can prevent this catastrophe. Confused, Ethan listens as Regina reveals the existence of a time machine, a secret project built by his father. Ethan, along with his close friend Jude, is taken to a lab where the time machine is kept. It is revealed that a key component of the machine is embedded in Ethan's wristwatch, a gift from his father. Ethan is shocked to learn that this watch is a vital piece of technology, and his father had always intended for him to be the one to use the machine. The time machine, they explain, can transport Ethan 400 years into the future. According to messages received from the future, the Earth will have healed by then. Plants will have regrown, oxygen levels will be restored, and the climate will be suitable for human life. Ethan's mission is to travel forward in time, collect these plants, and bring them back to restore life on Earth. At first, Ethan is reluctant. His wife's condition weighs heavily on him, and he fears abandoning her as his father once abandoned him and his mother. Jude, who has been like a brother to Ethan after his mother's death, tries to convince him that this mission is the only way to save his wife and humanity. Even Ethan's wife, despite her illness, urges him to go, knowing it's their only hope. After much contemplation, Ethan agrees, but he has one condition. Regina must prioritize finding a cure for his wife. Regina agrees, and preparations begin to send Ethan into the future. Before entering the machine, Ethan is given a specialized suit and a device to communicate with the past. Despite the uncertainty surrounding the mission, no one knows who or what Ethan will encounter in the future, or how he will return. Ethan is determined to see it through. As the machine is activated, the lab is engulfed in a burst of radio waves, and Ethan is propelled through time. He hurtles through the sky and crash lands in a dense, unknown forest. As he falls, his suit catches fire, and he quickly discards it. Now, in an unfamiliar world 400 years into the future, Ethan must begin his quest to save his wife and the remnants of humanity. Ethan surveys his surroundings and is astonished to find that the world appears unchanged from the past. The air is fresh, filled with the natural scent of oxygen, and the beauty of nature captivates him. However, as he continues his journey, he stumbles upon a chilling sight: a skeleton with a bullet hole in its skull. His heart races when he recognizes the name on the skeleton's uniform. It belongs to him. Shocked and confused, Ethan also finds the same device the scientists had given him, lying beside the skeleton. His fear deepens when he realizes the skeleton is wearing the same watch as him. But there is one difference. The skeleton's watch displays a green light, while Ethan's watch shows a red one. This anomaly, a mysterious detail he has known since childhood, only adds to his confusion. As night falls, Ethan builds a fire to keep warm and eats some wild berries he finds, unaware they are poisonous. Soon, his body reacts violently, and he collapses, unconscious. Back at the lab, the scientists monitor his condition through the device he carries, and his friend Jude is sent back in time to save him and ensure the mission continues. Ethan regains consciousness, startled to see Jude by his side. Together, they press on and soon discover a door. Strangely, the skeleton Ethan encountered earlier is now lying in front of this door. They realize that something in the timeline has shifted. As they approach, a scanner emerges, recognizing Ethan's eye and unlocking the door. Inside, they find themselves in a familiar place, the same lab from which they had started. Jude is thrilled by this revelation, and the time machine stands before them, ready for use. However, they notice a timer on the machine, revealing that the lab will self-destruct in 4 hours due to inactivity, a safeguard designed to prevent misuse. Ethan activates a hologram message left by his father, explaining the details of the project and the mission. Time is running out. They must collect the oxygen and plants quickly and return to the past. But panic sets in when they realize that the oxygen collection machine is malfunctioning. With only a few hours left, they must repair the machine and complete the mission. As they step outside, they are greeted by a haunting sight. The entire city is now overrun by plants, and human skeletons are scattered everywhere. From this, they understand that after humanity's extinction, the city thrived with plant life. The environment, once barren, was restored by nature in the absence of humans. Ethan makes his way to what was once his future home and is devastated when he finds his wife's skeleton. Overcome with emotion, he plays a recording from the future device. In it, he learns a horrifying truth. Jude is destined to shoot him. Jude overhears this revelation, and in a moment of tension, pulls out a gun, intending to fulfill the recording's prophecy. Ethan, with desperation, manages to stop Jude, convincing him that they need to focus on repairing the machine before it's too late. They rush back to the lab, now with only 37 minutes left on the countdown. Before they continue, Ethan steps outside to check his own skeleton. He hopes that by stopping Jude, he might have altered his fate. But when he reaches the skeleton, it remains exactly as it was before, lying in the same position with the same bullet wound. Ethan realizes with crushing certainty that his future has not changed. Not yet. Ethan, desperate for answers about his future, decides to take a bold step. He removes the battery from his device and inserts it into the future device, activating a video. To his horror, the video reveals the moment Jude kills him. As Jude watches the video too, a grim realization sets in. They are running out of time. Jude argues that repairing the oxygen collector will take too long and insists they should abandon the mission, using the time machine to escape instead. Ignoring Jude's pleas, Ethan locks him in a room, determined to finish what he started. He then activates a recorded hologram in the lab, capturing the final moments of his father's life. In the hologram, Ethan sees his father's true intentions, to use the time machine and his inventions to save humanity. However, Regina had her own selfish plans. To prevent her from misusing the machine, Ethan's father linked it to Ethan's DNA, which is why the watch caused him to bleed when he first wore it. As Ethan watches, a shocking truth is unveiled. Regina was responsible for his parents' deaths, and Jude, the man he trusted like a brother, helped her. Regina planned to use Ethan in the future to fulfill her own twisted ambitions. Devastated, Ethan realizes that for years he had blamed his father, but the real traitor had been Jude, whose words had poisoned his mind. Determined not to let Regina's plan succeed, Ethan contemplates destroying the time machine. Just then, Jude breaks free and confronts him. Jude admits that Regina sent him to ensure that once Ethan repaired the machine, he would kill him. Despite this, Jude confesses that he still sees Ethan as a brother. Overcome with guilt, Jude takes the gun meant for Ethan and shoots himself, sacrificing his life to give Ethan a chance to complete the mission. With no time to waste, Ethan refocuses on repairing the oxygen collector. He manages to gather all the plants, placing them into the time machine to be sent back to the past. Along with the plants, Ethan also sends proof of his father's murder and evidence of Regina's corrupt plan. However, Ethan makes the difficult decision not to return to the past himself. Instead, he ensures Regina's plan is foiled, leading to her eventual arrest. As a final gesture, Ethan sends a flower back to the past for his wife, a symbol of hope and love. To prevent anyone from misusing the time machine again, Ethan destroys it, sealing off the future. When he steps outside the lab, he notices something extraordinary. His skeleton is gone. The timeline has shifted and the future has changed. Ethan's selfless actions have not only altered his own fate but saved all of humanity. The film ends with a peaceful scene of lush greenery, symbolizing a new beginning for the Earth. Even one person's wise decision can change the course of history. Thank you for watching.